Thy will by my performance shall be served. So make the choice of thy own time, for I, thy resolved patient, on thee still rely. Give me some help here. If thou proceed as high as word, my deed shall match thy meed.
And so Helena went to cure the king's illness, while the rest of the court waited.
They say that miracles are past. Hence it is that we make trifles of errors, ensconcing ourselves into seeming knowledge when we should submit ourselves to an unknown fear.
Why, 'tis the rarest argument that hath shot out in our latter times.
And so 'tis.
Right, so I say.
If that gave him out in
Why,
cure,
'tis, so I say too.
not to be held
Right, 'tis to a man assured of
of an uncertain life and a short death.
I would have said the very same.
And I may truly say it is a novelty to this world.
It is indeed. And if you shall have it in showing, you shall read it in, what do you call there?
A heavenly effect in an earthly actor.
That's it. I would have said the very same thing.
Your dolphin is not lustier. For me, I speak in respect.
Nay! 'Tis strange. 'Tis very strange. And that is just the brief and the tedious of it, that he's of a most fascinatory spirit that cannot, the king. Montenegra, is that not Helen?
For God, I think so.
Sit, my preserver, by thy patient's side, and with this helpful hand, whose banished sense thou hast repealed, a second time receive the confirmation of my promised gift, which but attends thy naming.
The king, having been miraculously cured by Helena, was in a particularly good mood, and called for lords she could choose from to marry.
Fair maid, send forth thine eye. This youthful parcel of noble bachelors stand at my bestowing. Thy frank election make, thou hast power to choose, and they none to forsake.
Gentlemen, heaven hath through me restored the king to health. Please your majesty, I have done so already. Though blushes in my cheeks wish me thus, we fear that you should choose and be refused. Let white death sit upon us and never return again.
Make choice, and see, who shuns thy love, shuns all his love in me.
Sir, will you hear my suit? Thanks, sir, the rest is mute.
I'd rather be in this choice than throw Ames ace for my life.
The honor that flames in your fair eyes far too threateningly replies. Love which your fortune grants, her and her humble love so many times above. My great rich receive which love grant, I'll take my leave.
Do they all deny her? And are they sons of mine that have them whipped, or sent to the Turk to be made eunuchs of?
Take it easy, champ.
Do not fear that your hand I should take. You are too young, too fair, to make yourself a son out of my blood.
And then the moment Helena had been waiting for arrived.
I dare not say I take him, but I forever place myself into his guiding power. Sir, this is the man.
Why then, young Bertram, take her, she's thy wife.
Being married against his will came as a shock to Bertram.
My wife, my liege? I shall beseech your highness in such a business. Give me leave to use the help of mine own eyes.
Knowst thou not, Bertram, what she has done for me?
Yes, my lord, but never hope to know why I should marry her.
Thou knowest she has raised me from my sickly bed.
Yes, my lord, but follows it my bringing down must answer for your raising? I know her well. She had her breeding at my father's charge, a poor physician's daughter, my wife? Disdain rather corrupt me ever.
'Tis only title that disdains in her, the which I can build up. If she be all that is virtuous, save what thou dislikest, a poor physician's daughter, thou only dislikest a virtue for the name, but do not so. From lowest place when virtuous things proceed, she is young, wise, fair. In these to nature, Bertram, she's immediate heir, and these breed honor. That is honor's scorn, which challenges itself as honor's born. What should be said? If thou canst like this creature as a maid, I can create the rest. Virtue and she is her own dower, honor and wealth from me.
I cannot love her, nor will strive to do it.
Thou wrongst thyself if thou strives to choose.
That you are well restored, my lord, I'm glad. Let the rest go.
No, my honor's at the stake, which to defeat I must produce my power. Here, take her hand, proud, scornful boy. Unworthy of this good gift that canst not dream. We, poising us in her defective scale, shall weigh thee to the beam. Presently, do thine own fortunes that obedient right, which both thy duty owes and our power claims. Or I will throw thee from my care forever into the staggers and the careless lapse of youth and ignorance. Both my revenge is in hate upon thee in the name of justice without all terms of pity. Speak thine answer.
The king was upset.
My gracious lord, I do submit my fancy to your eyes. When I consider what great creation and dole of honor flies where you bid it, I find that she, who of late was in my nobler thoughts most base, is now the ennobled of the king who made it so.
Take her by the hand and tell her she is thine, to whom I promise a counterpoise, if not to thy estate, a balance more replete.
I take her hand.
Good fortune and the favor of the king smile upon this contract, whose ceremony shall seem expedient on the now born brief, and be performed tonight, as thou lovest her. Thou loves me religious, else does err.
And so, Bertram and Helena were married. While Helena was delighted at having all her dreams come true, Bertram was not so amused.
Undone and forfeited to cares forever.
What's the matter, sweetheart?
Although before the solemn priest I have sworn, I will not bed her.
What, sweetheart?
Oh, my paroles, they have married me. I'll away to the Tuscan wars and never bed her.
France is a dog hole, and that no more merits the tread of a man's foot. To the wars!
Bertram thought that paroles posed an excellent idea.
It shall be so. I will send her to my house, acquaint my mother with my hate to her, and therefore when I am fled, write the king that which I durst not speak. War is no strife to the dark house or the detested wife.
Sir, I have, as you requested, procured presently for parting, though the king does desire some private speech with you.
I shall obey his will. You must not marvel, Helen, at my course, which hold not color with the time, nor the administration or required office on my particular. Prepared I was not for such a business, therefore I am found so much unsettled. This drives me to entreat you that you make your way for our home, and rather muse than ask why I entreat you. For my respects are greater than they seem, and my appointments having them in need greater than shows itself at first view, to you who know them not. This to my mother. 'Twill be 2 days ere I shall see you, so I leave you to your wisdom.
I am nothing but your most obedient servant,
Come, no more of that.
and ever shall try to eke out how my humble stars have equaled such great fortune.
Let that go. My haste is very great. Hie home.
And now this wealth which is mine, the most timorous Spain would steal, and yet the lot is vouched mine own.
Well, what would you have?
Something, and scarce so much nothing indeed. I dare not ask.
Well, what would you say?
Faith, yes. Strangers and foes do sunder, and not kiss.
I pray you, stay not but in haste of horse.
My good my lord, farewell.
Farewell. Go thou toward home, where I shall never come, while I can shake my sword or hear the drum. Away and for our flight.
Next time, and all's well that ends well. Bertram and paroles make a brave dash to Florence. And the Countess and Helena each read their letters for Bertram. The Countess had just received a letter from her son, Bertram. She hoped it would match her thrill that he had just married Helena.
It hath happened all as I would have had it, save that he comes not along with her. Let me see what he writes, and when he means to come. What have we here?
'Tis a letter that you have there.
I have sent you a daughter-in-law. She hath recovered the king and undone me. I have wedded her, not bedded her, and sworn to make the knot eternal. You shall hear I am run away. Know it before the report come. If there be breadth enough in all the world, I shall keep a long distance. My duty to you, your unfortunate son, Bertram.
And the Countess found her son did not share her thrill.
This is not well, rash and unbridled boy, to fly thy favors of so good a king, to pluck his indignation from thy head by the misprizing of a maid too virtuous for the contempt of empire.
Oh, madam, yonder is heavy news between two soldiers and my young lady.